I once got really into Chinese history, and oh boy, ancient Chinese history is pretty weird. Many historical events, when I read them, just feel like a fever dream. Today we are going to look at some of the more iconic emperors who were very into women. Firstly, of course, we have to talk about our great-great-great-grandfather Genghis Khan. So statistics suggest that 1 in 200 people in Asia today can trace their bloodline back to this absolute legend. This is because of the military culture where women from conquered lands were taken and apportioned among the soldiers. Genghis Khan himself also has like 7 wives and 500 plus concubines. Surprisingly, the Mongol Empire back then was pretty progressive in terms of feminism, as women have influence over families, politics and sexuality. Genghis Khan himself has also been said to have shown a lot of love and respect toward his wives, especially his first wife Bote. Emperor Du of Song is said to have sex with 30 women in one night. It is said that he only started to speak at the age of 7 and is intellectually challenged and can't do much, so naturally his reign is a messy one. However, what he does not have in politics, he makes it up with his skills in the bedchamber. During that time, it was customary for palace women and concubines, after sleeping with the emperor, to visit the palace gates and express their gratitude, with the dates of these visits recorded. Now, I'm not sure what the purpose of this thing was. It sounds a bit uncomfortable, but I think if any woman gets pregnant, it's easy to keep track of something. So there was one day where like 30 women showed up, so he didn't do much, but he certainly made history with that feat. Legends also say that he died of abuse of aphrodisiacs. What a legend. Emperor Xuanzong of Tang has a problem. He has around 3,000 concubines, too many women that he doesn't know how to choose to bed. So he came up with a way. He made the concubines gamble with money and dice, and whoever wins can sleep with him for the night. However, in his middle reign, he became obsessed with a woman called Yang Yuhuan, which caused the 3,000 concubines to be just there. It's kind of sad that many of them probably never got the chance to see the emperor in person. It's also commonly agreed that his obsession with her was what caused the slow decline in the empire. There was also another emperor who had a problem with having too many women, and it's Sima Yan. Now, this dude is actually very accomplished, because he ended the chaotic Three Kingdoms period and established his own Jin dynasty. So after becoming an emperor, he recruited many concubines, so to choose who he wanted to bed, he had this galaxy brain idea. He sat on a chariot pulled by a goat and toured around the places where the women live, and whichever room the goat stops at, he's gonna obey the woman. Now I think that's incredible. However, I also have no idea why a goat specifically. Maybe the goat is his only true love, I don't know. Speaking of the Three Kingdoms, there's also a warlord named Cao Cao who is said to have something with MILFs. He has like 15 wives, and most of them were wives of other people before. Most of them came from his conquest. When his opponents died in battle, he would take in their wives who were widowed. In one occasion during a siege, he and a general named Guan Yu had a pact. So in the city that they were sieging, their opponent has a wife who was rumored to be incredibly beautiful, and Guan Yu requested that he can marry her if the siege was successful. However, after the battle, Cao Cao, after seeing her beauty by himself, decided to take her as his own, betraying his comrade. Women had much less voice back then compared to now, and their lives do sound miserable. Having many wives and lovers is an outdated practice that doesn't work well in this day and age, because more often than not, the women involved wouldn't get the adequate love that they need. However, in the past, it had a more significant purpose for bearing more children to inherit the royal blood, given the high infancy mortality rate. I sincerely hope for a world where gender inequalities will be a thing of the past.